On December 4th, 2024, a man walked up to the CEO of one of the largest insurance companies in the United States and shot him in the daylight in Manhattan. Within hours, the gunman's face was everywhere. Within just days, his defense fundraised up to $1 million. His sweater became popular, his loafers went viral, fan accounts appeared, his merchandise was raised and spread throughout all the retail platforms. He became, to a significant portion of internet, something like a folk hero. And I think exactly this, not the case itself, exactly this is one of the most psychological mass reactions in the American history. Today I want to talk about Luigi Mangione, about facts, about what happened, and most importantly, the psychology, which tells us a lot about the moment we're currently living in. Hi, welcome to Pretty Dark Mind, let's get into it. Luigi Mangione is 27 years old. He is from a wealthy family from Maryland. He graduated from elite private school as a valedictorian. Also, he went to study computer science in the University of Pennsylvania, which is one of the universities of Ivy League, and he also graduated the university with honors. By all the external measures, his life looked exceptional. People who knew him described him as intelligent, passionate about ideas, specifically about healthcare, technology, and about the ideas how currently all the institutions work. In the period before December 2024, he had some health issues and he did a spinal surgery. And after the surgery, he was described later by the people who knew him, he was described as a little bit more withdrawn, a little bit failed by system. On December 4th, 2024, Brian Thompson, a CEO of United Healthcare, it's one of the largest health insurance companies in the United States, was shot outside the hotel in Midtown Manhattan. Mangione was arrested 5 days later at McDonald's in Pennsylvania. He was arrested by the call of one of the customers who called 911 and said that I see somebody suspicious who looks like Mangione who we are looking for. And when they arrested him, they found a backpack with him which had a gun, and the gun looked like it was shot once from the gun. So like it was full magazine and just one bullet missing. Also, in his backpack, they found a notebook. Prosecutors alleged that in that notebook, they found Mangione describing and writing about insurance companies as parasites. And in his notebook, he addressed to these investor conferences as some parasite convention. Brian Thompson was exactly attending at the time this conference. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to all charges. The legal situation on this case is quite complicated because right now this case is discussed under different jurisdictions, which is New York State, federal court, and Pennsylvania, where he was arrested. And it changed quite significantly. At first, it was 6 different counts discussed, right now it's just 4. They were thinking about the death penalty, and right now it changed, so right now he faces only a lifetime in prison. But today I don't just want to focus on the legal part, we've heard a lot of it. Today I want to talk mostly about the psychological part and about how we feel living in the system. The public response to Luigi Mangione is something that I cannot think about in recent times. The fund, which raised over $1 million within just a couple of days to support his defense. A dedicated website which shows Mangione's respect for so much support on this case and so much understanding. And this case connected different people. It doesn't matter what their political beliefs are, what their religion is, which racial differences they have. They felt united because of Luigi Mangione's case. Polling conducted in December 2024 showed that people who are at the age of 30 or above have favorable views due to Mangione's case, and people who are over 45 have negative views. This split is not accidental. It maps almost perfectly the persuasion of health system in the United States. And Luigi Mangione's figure describes quite broadly the American anger, how people feel failed by the system. His court attendance became cultural event. His sweater went viral. His loafers also went viral, and all of this clothing stuff became sold out in a couple of hours. Also, there is a lot of merches which we can see retailing, like it can be even swimwear with Mangione's face on it. Also, you can already find a couple of short movie clips where you can see how Luigi Mangione is being romanticized, because people see in him the figure who can stand for changes. And right now I want to be really precise of what I'm telling and what I'm not. I'm not telling you to support him or not. I'm just telling that the public response to Luigi Mangione's case showed us how we feel about power, how we feel about system, how we feel injustice in current days. There is well-studied psychological phenomenon which is called a hero archetype. Throughout different cultures, in different times, we can always remember Robin Hood, Bonnie and Clyde. And this archetypes, it works under specific conditions. We support a person who stands up and does something. Yeah, sometimes it can be something harmful, but it stands up, it talks, and it does something which is in a lot of people's hearts, especially when it resonates a lot of people. We are more likely to justify it. He doesn't look like someone who did it for some personal gain. He looks like someone that had too much pain in the heart due to situation that it became so critical that the actions he is accused for right now were done. Let's say it so. And there's also one other concept which calls moral disengagement. I discussed this case quite broadly in a Ruby Franke's video, and this concept is about that how some things can be justified by groups of people when we feel it as a right thing. For example, let's look at it in this way. As a healthcare system kills people through bureaucratical denial. Brian Thompson, a representative of the system. So it looks like what happened to Brian Thompson is well-deserved. And here I want to be clear. To take somebody's person's life, it doesn't matter through which ideology do you live. It's not okay. It's not normal. Full stop. Here's most importantly to understand what exactly happening right now with public, why a lot of people feel not covered by the system. Here what this case shows us mostly. And I think when the system fails people systematically from year to year, this kind of concept and this ideology that everything was done rightfully will only grow. And it only grow because people are being unsatisfied. People don't feel protected. That's why any actions which can resonate in this case will be supported. The trial starts on September 2026. I will be covering it, but we need still to remember that Brian Thompson was a person. He had a family, he had a life. He was killed on a sidewalk walking to a conference. So whatever you think the system represented, it matters that the person was killed. It's also true that millions of people looked at what happened and their first impression was not horror. And this tells us a lot of the situation we're currently living in. I want to know about what you think. Not about what he did was right or wrong, but about what the public response tells us. What does it mean for you when a suspect hero becomes a folk hero? Leave it in the comments. Subscribe if this was your kind of the content, and I'll see you soon.